Salutations, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Togetherwerole.
Every time. Davis, every time this is your fault.
Yes, it is.
Welcome indeed. I am here to serve.
Serve who?
Well, welcome back. It's been 2 months for us, so it's going to be interesting. We have new cameras, we have new music, we have a new player.
Yes.
And,
Where? I thought we sprayed.
I think it's just a clone not for you, Brian, honestly. Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for staying with us because, gosh, we do this not only for ourselves, but we really do it for you guys. All this freaking technology that we got around us, it's because we want to share it with you.
In truth, it gives them a little sticky.
Yeah,
Let us know what you think about the new cameras, too.
Can I share?
Go ahead. Sure, yeah.
We have now upgraded our DM cam and our combat cam and our sky cam. So all of that is going to give you some great, look at this, we can go full screen now on things like, we can do full screen on our combat cam. Our older videos, we had to crop the corners of the video, and now we got full screen stuff going on here. It's just insane. If you notice, we have a new cast member sitting right next to me here. Kevin, you want to introduce yourself?
No. And there's his introduction. There we go.
So,
There's now more than one bitch at the table.
Character-wise, you'll see his character and his character sheet and other information coming in later in the episode. So stick around and make sure you watch all that. And I guess, do you have any more announcements? We'll get to the intro.
I also have to say thank you to RPG Elements. You make the best miniatures, and one of them's going to be coming out.
I was looking through them last night. It's got some incredible stuff in the store right now.
I mean, I have this behind the DM screen, and he made this.
Whoa!
And it has
eating
a chicken.
Hold on,
He's eating a chicken, yeah.
There we go.
There we go.
And
Oh
you
my
can
gosh, you can actually see it now.
Nico?
Yeah, he built a chicken.
From the backside, it looked like it was from
Well,
that.
good.
Yes. For those of you who are
It's
joining us
really how we
now,
would have wanted to go.
for those of you who are joining us
No,
now,
this is his mouth.
that is one of the characters we had way back when. And just go back to the episode, Goblin, Chicken, Goblin. You will understand.
Or you won't, which is actually slightly more likely.
Probably.
He was one very confused chicken. Goblin.
Very, very fun
Ish.
NPC.
Goblin, Chicken, Goblin.
Anyway,
There were illithid experiments, there was a goblin, there was a chicken, there was a brain swap. There you go.
ladies and gentlemen, thank you for sticking around for this insanity.
That's what they're here for.
If the first two
welcome.
seasons didn't scare him away, I mean, come on.
Roll the intro.
See you in 1 minute. One.
Every time! Every time!
Every time without fail.
Anyway,
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
thank you. For those not aware during the intro, that was a 5 count that should have been about a 1.5.
That's all. And so, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hi. Anyway, let's do a small recap as it's been 2 months and a bit of a minute for us. For you, possibly 30 seconds. Anyway, so, the recap. As we return for the Deserted Teeth, finding a vestige of old and information of the coming storm of the hungering beast child now infused with a past devil associate that has abruptly ended its ties with you. You, the Silver Menagerie, after a brave blunderbuss of information bombs and devil compatriots shown to Hartkorn's ruling class, followed by an ancient bronze dragon, Balvert Brightkeeper, you had to make him hold his draconic promise to take you to the world turtle itself. And he did, begrudgingly. You are on top of the back of this flying dragon eventually did, as it greeted the children back to its home. You fought through a fog wall in order to get there, finding strange unions and merged elementals that usually would never happen, fighting on top of the dragon's back before promptly and rather brutally dropping you off on the beach side of this living island. As the dragon made his promise one final time as he flew off into the distance, reminding you that if he ever sees you in his home/lair again, that you will be killed on sight.
I think
How do I get back his... Never mind.
I think we have used up that.
Reminder, he said just
That
leave it
trump
somewhere in the town, he'll find it.
Okay.
Yeah. What else did I do?
You know, he keeps close observation on the town, but didn't know there were devils coming.
There, you guys kind of separated as Nicholas went to through a magical travel painting to the domain of the slumbering beast to reunion with your associates, while the rest of you try to find a directional path to this power item that you are currently trying to find for Eck. With the sightful eye, or more accurately, fate-tethered eye of a certain golden kobold, you started to head towards the head of the turtle to speak to the island itself, this world turtle. At this time, a little bit of weird time shenanigans as Brian took over as DM, as you were apparently trying to be assassinated by some sort of dream assassins. And
What are they called? Was it the lullabies? Did we find the lullabies?
you named them.
Yeah.
The lullabies, yes. But basically, some assassins from the Shadowfell came to pluck you, so to speak, while you dreamed.
Do I have my item card from that with
We'll
the
get to
music?
that in a
magic-
moment.
magic
We will
box.
get to that in a moment. Yes, I have an item card. No, I'm not giving it to you right now.
But I have it.
Yes, you do have it.
You don't know what it does,
You don't know what it does.
or how to use it.
I'm pretty sure you press play and you find out what it does.
We're gonna walk in. Nick was just passed out, drooling on the
You're gonna walk in, Nicholas is taking notes, and Eck is passed out.
Fascinating. That's correct, Beaker.
Here's your sack.
That is entirely too much gunpowder.
Meanwhile, as you guys blundered your way straight, true, and never diverting to the path of shiny things, you met the world turtle as it greeted you. This impossibly large entity, living island itself, as sparks on top of the head, while Ek and Bedek sitting in the ocean itself, the deep, endless abyss, seeing this world turtle's head lift, almost creating small typhoons of waves as it seemingly just moves in its own presence, as sparks on top of his head, knowing this massive entity of 7-foot forged might. Nothing more but a speck of an ant on top of its noggin.
You will live a very long time stuck in one of its molars.
Yeah.
One detail question. How many days has it been since the army headed for the Verosian capital?
Are you talking about the ships to?
I'm talking about the one that includes the baby that we're all a little concerned with.
Oh, yes, the
Oh.
past associates of yours.
Oh,
infused with
that thing.
That
Yes.
thing.
Trying to remember. 2 months.
The baby Taras.
It's already heading towards the Verosian capital.
Right, but we had an estimate of 7
Yeah.
days from that day.
It was
And-
7 to 8 days. Yeah.
yeah.
It's been roughly, I would want to say 4 or 5 days.
I know it's at least 4. I would like you to be specific if it's 4 or 5, even if that
I'm going to
means...
say 4.
'Kay.
I'm trying to remember 2 months ago.
I understand, but I think it's a little important, especially given the people who care about this plane being a little dippy-doo as they try to walk in a straight line.
It's been 4
And-
full days, if I remember correctly. It's been 4 full days, and you're on the 5th day.
Okay,
So just
so we are on day 5.
yes.
Day 5. Oh
Counting
boy.
a little different.
We have a long way to
I
go.
mean, you guys don't like the Barosians anyway, right? Like, it's fine.
No, but the enemy of my enemy is my friend until my enemy becomes my enemy.
Yeah.
No, I love them.
Yeah, I love, yeah, and they love you.
The enemy of my enemy becomes my friend until my enemy becomes my enemy
Meanwhile,
again.
Yeah, but they also have that dude that you guys want to rescue.
As the turtle looked
Do we want to
of this
I do.
multi-biomed island, still as its body moves and shifts, slightly tilting to one side or another as it takes its unbelievably large flippers, or fins, flippers in this case, begin to stop the island itself in mid-movement, mid-stride, as it sees two little specks in front of its eyes.
Broom.
If I remember right, you're on the broom and you're just kind of skiing on behind the broom.
I'm just walking on its head.
Was I holding onto the broom?
I thought you were in the water.
You're in the water,
Uh,
and I think you threw
I
a
thought-
rope down
I thought
to
somebody
jet ski.
kicked him in.
You tried to kick
I
me in.
remember jumping off.
You did
the
feather call.
cliff edge.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He was like, just go, and he was trying to kick you in, and you were like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. And he was like, trust me. And you were like, I'm not doing that. And then feather call happened.
Meanwhile, I just fucking torpedoed.
Yeah, I know you're on the head. I know you're on the broom, and I know you're in the ocean. On how everything is set up, that is up to you now.
And I am still in the portal?
Correct. You're still at the chambers.
I'm just
at the-
counting.
Yeah, just counting the days off, having a little time to yourself.
Yeah. Nice cup of tea. Very quiet
As it begins to
music
speak, this
playing.
omnipresent voice, echoing in each direction in many overlaying layers of different languages, but all seemingly making sense with these emotional connections behind them. You have traveled far and experienced many to be here. Children of old and new, what have you come to seek? Water still spilling off of its head, making rainbows as the water turns from a river to a waterfall to mist.
A way to protect this world from destruction.
I just on its head. And you guys are in the water in front of it.
I'm swimming. I'm looking for some sort of what appears to be the closest land mass.
It's going to give you a tip of a flipper.
No, it's actually those are like a mile out each side.
The dark begins a little darker as the color starts to show up underneath you. As slowly, taking the very front of its flipper, raises you up, forcing
That's
a full
weird.
head of water to start to go in each direction, becoming uncontrollable for even your martial prowess, as the ocean begins to turn and boil until you start to hit a hard surface, as it brings it just a few feet for itself, but for you, several hundred feet into the air. Along with you, because you're like flying, yeah,
I'm just on its head.
feeling the vibrations of this throat,
Are they
even
good
though
vibrations?
not open its maw, still speaks from its voice in its neck.
That's going to be very, very low. We're talking like major baritone.
Specify. As the skyscraper green turquoise eyes.
I am looking for a way where I can help keep this world from being turned over to evil and destruction. I am not strong enough to do it, even with my friends.
Seemingly taking a moment or taking time to shift and think, ponder, as a few moments pass by. I forgot to silence my cell phone.
No, I think that was somebody else's.
No, that was mine. That
Oh,
was
really?
me. My
Sounded
bad.
like Emil from over here.
My computer's chirping slightly.
That's all good.
I didn't know the world still had
Seemingly-
a cell phone.
Unimpressed, not angered, not really any emotion, just constant neutrality. You seek power. for a foe beyond your capabilities.
That I do. That I do. And I do not seek it for myself. I seek power so that I can help others.
And you came to me because you seek power.
I would be lying if I said no. I seek power, but it's not for myself. I seek it to protect this world, the world that you helped create.
The world will always be in turmoil. It is how it advances. Nothing can be built without destruction. And through this destruction, growth can take place.
Help me destroy what is about to destroy this world.
Make a persuasion check.
This is gonna go like crap.
No, it's gonna be gangbuster.
What, you want Vedic
You're
to speak?
so good at this.
You want
I am just so good at
You
this.
want Vedic or Sparks
This
to
is
speak
like
for
my,
you?
this is my sweet spot, baby.
I mean, I can help if you want.
Do you even remember the item in question that you were searching for?
Nope.
Okay, continue. This is very accurate.
Captain
Something
Average.
for Eck is in my notes.
Captain Average.
Okay. Okay. Persuasion.
It's not for me.
Okay,
What
that would be
Good, sure.
that would be a 14 straight up.
Add a D4.
Add a D4. Where am I?
There's Vedic's looking through the book.
16. No, wait. I rolled a 16.
Wait, what did you roll?
I rolled a 16. Jeez.
Then why did you say 14?
He's used to having a minus.
Oh, no, I rolled a
modifier.
14? Shit. Okay. No, it was 14. All right. Yes, right. I'm
Final
sorry. I
answer?
moved my die. It is now a 16. Final answer.
Jesus Christ.
It's very Eck.
It's been 2 months.
Yeah, that's your...
It's very Eck.
Alright, alright.
Yes.
Reading is
Feel free
hard.
to laugh whenever you want to.
Reading is hard. Math is
A
hard.
solid
You're
2
making
minutes
him read
passes
math.
as it watches you. The
Hello. You didn't like my answer? Hello.
your voice echoing into oblivion.
I'm like,
You knocking at him?
I'm knocking on him. Hello.
Are you sure you can
Drinking my tea. I don't know that this is how you're handling this.
It begins to lower the flipper into the ocean. As you feel you're still falling as the gravity goes a little butterfly in the stomach kind of situation. As it's moving slow as it can, but to the size difference, it is as if you're almost going on an elevator that's going up too fast. So, but you haven't hit the water yet as it begins to lower, seemingly unimpressed from the woes of a lesser folk.
Seems like you guys are having a shell of a hard time.
Oh, as the shadows mock you in the distance.
I was gonna say a whale at a time.
And the voice begins to speak up again, vibrating the head that you're standing on, of the various coral reefs shattering from just the vocal presence of this creature. Calamity will always bring ruin. And from the ruin, a new beginning shall rise. But nothing will change if you look around for power. If you want power, search within yourself. As the water hits, and its head also lowering at the same time now, as the water is now taking up most of its head, as it's going further and further in, drawing you guys inward towards the rushing water that is causing a ripple effect as it begins to go underneath, and you hear the voice one last time, search within yourself, guided spark. As the water goes underneath you, forcibly being pushed on top.
Me?
Make a general strength check.
Strength check?
Yeah, because you're already on its head, so you have a tidal wave of water moving towards you.
I've seen this before. That's better. That's a nat 20.
Natural 20. You hold on to a couple of coral reefs as you just brace yourself, and it's being like slammed as if a brick wall has crashed into yourself as your armored hide from the dwarven making of the now dead city of dwarves that you took it from, or been paid from, takes it without straining too much. As you guys get sucked in above his head, almost down a little bit, unless you're on the, followed by the water rushing again as his head bobs and moves up with much more rapid pace. As you don't have high enough strength in order to take care of this, as you all pop on top of his head, and as he brings his head up, you go flying through the air. Search yourself. As you go flying through the air, so I look at it like almost like a crashing helicopter with the Silver Menagerie. Several thousand feet inland, as you see the multitude of biomes that are not like surprise, but almost like splot effects of various different forests, swamplands, snowy regions, full-blown deserts, and everything in between of small little sections of the world itself.
I did not submit, or I did not.
Oh, I do have no
Black Hawk down.
This is falling with style.
As you eventually
Consent. I did not consent.
on the end of your curve, you start to fall into a woodland somewhat area with these nice, beautiful trees that have started to go into orange and reds of a fall color season. As you start to land, branch, leaves.
Talking again.
And for all the movement that you've been thrown through, the branches and the leaves are much softer than you would normally feel, as you have fallen quite a distance for both of you, and you know what it is to actually take bludgeoning damage, but something seems to stop your rapid descent as you land, still harshly, but not enough to cause true damage, as you land into a bushel of leaves. And you eventually stop moving.
Well, that went well.
Define well.
It didn't eat us.
I'm not sure
That's
it wanted
stuck in a
to.
tree.
Just on the ground.
Like a parachuter.
Do you need us help cut you down?
Yep. Yeah, I'm he grabs a hold of the robe he's wearing.
Jump.
Oh.
Land on the branch and break
Make a general acrobatics check.
Acrobatics. Can you do athletics?
Because not many branches will be able to support your weights.
That's what I'm
Acrobatics,
saying.
not athletics.
Acrobatics.
That's what I'm saying. Just land on it and break it. Smack the dragon in the brain.
Uh-oh.
It's not great.
So-
that's a 14.
Vedic. As you're trying to get
I'm about to get canned.
what?
I'm about to get canned.
You're about to get canned. So you're jostling and turning, kicking your legs, trying to get your
Hang on, I got
your
you.
tape out of the branches, and then you hear that followed with the electricity. As you can see the steel body almost like do a bear hug on you.
I got
As
you.
he grabs you, and as he grabs you, you think you're gonna hold for a half second before as you hit 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 branches on the way down. Nick.
I could have told you that would have been a bad idea.
You could have, but you're not here.
According to the book. Oh no, I meant he could have. Like, if you had asked, he could have told you that would have been.
11 points of bludgeoning damage to both of you.
God.
Ow. Alright.
As you eventually land prone, back first, with a bunch of branches sticking out of various parts of your robes and armor.
Did anyone? Are you all right? Are you all right? Everyone all right?
Yeah. Ow, that hurt.
Meanwhile-
I'm really hurt here. Did anyone else hear that?
Meanwhile, Nicholas.
Yeah.
You currently just looted the body of the assassin that tried to murder you.
What?
As the various devilish companions, the Bone Devil and the Barb Devil, harshly wake up and start to assess the area as they, with the various growls, grunts, and hissing that they are making in the background. What would you like to do?
First, I'm going to ask them if they have ever seen a music box like this. Causes bad dreams, paralysis, or at least that's my experience thus far.
The Bone Devil, through telepathy.
Yep.
There are many times some fortress instruments. It becomes more of a battle of the mind. But we prefer physical over mental torture.
Okay, well, that's the bitch who put you to sleep. So she's a little dead, but if you felt like, exacting some,
May I have this skin?
yeah, go for it.
Much obliged.
And he begins to take his long, dagger-like fingers to cut off, very delicately, take the skin of this lady.
And then I'm going to, do the magic study thing on the...
Do you have,
Of course not.
okay, then roll Arcana. Didn't think so, but I had to double check.
That's going to be a 14.
14. You get the general idea of what it is, though you do not know the details of it. This small little music box made of what looks to be black, some sort of darker, darker wood, followed by leaves and what looks to be a coal core that has been knotted in order to make the sound, and so on and so forth, as the music box is. With the slight enchanting of Fae that is laced in between the carving and actually into the actual delicate-like nature of its etching around the borders and on the actual wood itself. I'm just going to break a rule right now. Think of, not Subnautica, what the hell? Think Psychonauts.
Okay.
This is the door.
Cool!
And you can probably guess that
Door.
you might have the ability to now enter, but to have the training to do what they did was more of a training in like a class and stuff like that.
Alright, cool. So, if I were to play with this, it would be something where I would probably want to do it on either willing volunteers or people who are forced under my command while I fuck around in their brains.
You know right off the bat it would have to be a willing entity or a person that is unconscious.
Right, but there are certain entities nearby who I could command to be willing.
As the Bone Devil stops.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not doing it right.
But seeing just the glare, seeing from the side point of view, seeing you look at him, which is a little bit of intrigue, and forcing to stop as he is a servant.
I mean, I'm not looking at him. He can go back to being creepy with the skin. That's fine.
As he continues to do so.
Yeah. Is the painting active yet?
He's standing in front of a mirror.
What a Bone Devil does with someone's skin is his own business. Anyway.
Would you eat me? I'd eat
Do these bones make you look fat?
I know, I like Vedix. Vedix. I would eat me.
hard. I hate it.
I look positively delicious.
I hate it. I hate
I would
it.
say at the end of
my
this
God.
excursion with the
Bone
Bone
Devil.
Devils, at the end of the hour, I'll say yes.
Cool. We
You're
hit the end
very
of the
good.
hour. It gives the little ping or whatever that indicates that we're able to go through it. Boys, after you.
Finishing up what they were desired and noticing that the Bone Devil has been almost like a dog to its master. The Bone Devil has been throwing various objects that it does not want towards the Barb Devil, as the Barb Devil viciously rips it apart and somewhat eats whatever he's been getting.
Yeah, sure.
But more likely just like something to tear apart. And with that,
They make their own fun.
Nicholas, where are you, Nicholas?
they begin to stare at the painting.
And I, with them.
And a minute later, you are stippled out of existence. And as you guys land, thump, 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 and start arguing with each other, you are now in a red leaf forest. Very serene, peaceful, fresh of a smell of fall air, with a slight decay of leaves underneath your feet. Followed by two other thump thumps as your two companions are with you. And you see 3.
You see Sparks holding Vedic, forward like you would only go like a dog, and Vedic's somehow has managed a branch and is just swinging it backwards feebly.
Sigh heavily. Look at Egg. Well,
It went perfect.
so you have the Soulfire Tower.
Put me down.
You're seeing 3 soaking wet entities covered in leaves, mud, and branches.
That is no indication of their success rate.
The Soulfire amulet is in my brain. In my soul. I searched my soul for it.
Now you're supposed to search a temple for it.
That's what I said. Temple of my soul. I have to look.
So you went and you talked to the world turtle,
Okay.
and you forgot what you were looking for, and then you guys got muddy.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, we flew through the air.
We didn't fly.
Strangely, I wasn't all that scared. I was more of just like,
You don't have cheeks.
He doesn't have cheeks on his face.
I was getting the
At this point, you bring up what's under his pants way more than he does.
And here I thought I was flying forward.
Anyways, can someone go above to try and see what we're looking for?
Yes, fine.
Thank you.
What am I looking for?
There's
Temple?
a shrine.
Temple? Shrine? There's a shrine or temple?
Get on the broom.
It's got a kick sour.
It's a 2-stroke flying bird.
That fires a little bit when it hits the tree line.
Smoke coming off of
Starts to
that.
spot.
Don't let.
On the way up, as you're going out, see the various birds and entities that have died out of whatever just flew through the sky and into wherever they were sitting at. As you see the various rather large birds flying off in various directions. What are you looking for?
I'm looking for something that screams temple. A ziggurat, a column, a water feature,
Okay, make a perception check.
Something that isn't natural.
Or
I get
something that
I get
is
cigarettes every now and
supernatural.
then. You just
Like
talk
the waterfall where you're like, well, that's a bit much for here.
The one with the double rainbow,
Yeah.
the various guardians next to it, made
Like
of
if it was
skull.
like
I
before
need to
it
know how
evolved
bright
and it's
light-
on the back of a
It
turtle.
is bright light right now. So disadvantageous.
Right, okay, well, that'll be what it... Okay, so that is up there.
It's quite beautiful up here.
Wait a minute. And he will come screaming back down, set the broom down, go, why do I listen to you? And start drawing sigils on the ground. I rolled a 9. Why do I listen to you? All the drawing with the broomstick.
I'm with her on this one.
Why am I in trouble?
I guess he just showed up and he was tired of blaming us.
I understand that. I've traveled with you before. I understand that.
Right. Okay, hang on.
Did Vedic, Sparks, did you hear the words of the world turtle about saying to search my soul?
He said something along the lines of look inside.
Yeah, look inside myself.
I don't think it was referring to you.
I gesture
think
to
it
the
was
devils and
referring-
say, that's not literal.
Oh wait, it's referring. Oh,
It's referring
we're
to
part
you.
of the world. I've got
It's
I've
inside
got
the
an epicary, an epiphany. That's the word. Epiphany.
Okay.
He wants us. We are part of the world. He wants us to look inside him because he said, "Look inside us. Look inside me."
So
I'm not
Maybe we
looking
get to look
inside.
inside the
I'm
world
gonna
portal.
let him finish casting.
Go into. You're over here.
Yeah,
I'm having what I consider to be just a brainwave.
Like,
Fucking
you're rambling, I'm gesturing at the devils where, like, you said
You know how hard
inside
it is
me,
to
and
play
they're ready
stupid?
to just, like, cut into your flesh.
Divination.
Okay? During the chaos of the normal Silver Menagerie group,
Some dude walks up and is like, y'all, you're
What would you like
loud."
to ask of your divination smell?
How do we begin our search for the Soulfire Talisman?
Feeling the energies going through you as you begin to pull at the strings of fate once more to read where they need to go and what. Your eyes, through the spell, it doesn't normally take you like into this ethereal nothingness as you see the vision as you normally do. As your eyes just gently go across Ek, as his image turns into nothing but dark of outline. And you see the black within with a small bead.
Why are you looking at me like that?
You want to know the worst part is? He was right. He's right.
Okay.
Do we have a way of getting
Oh, wait, we do.
in that?
Get in what? Okay, I need you to be very specific. In what way do we need to get inside him? Because I have a couple of dudes who I'm talking into not cutting him open.
There's a couple, they're both the and the Barb Devil are just kind of just...
All right, let's be clear. Let's be clear. If it came down to that Royal Rumble, unfortunately, our odds are on the turtle. Second.
Yes, actually, you're probably correct.
Glance at the
However-
devil.
I'm really looking beat up. I've got bruises. I've got bloody eyes. I'm not.
We need
I'm
a
just
way
saying,
to
if I
explore
needed to get
his
inside.
inner vistas.
Everyone roll a
I'm
perception check.
really.
Perception!
You know, after this journey, I really need to
Not
rest.
one.
I need to rest.
Continue with the conversation at hand.
Also a natural one. I'm explaining that.
All right, baby. It's now my turn to shine. Here we go.
19.
19!
Captain Average?
This would be amazing if you're only
What
one
am I
that
rolling?
listens to this.
He's trying to explain. You're like, shh.
They're babbling at me about his flesh. You're
23.
23.
nice.
Ek and Nicholas.
Yup.
Both notice that.
Inner vistas
Well,
is the
the first thing you notice,
She's good at that, right?
because you got the higher roll, Ek, she arrived a lot sooner than you expected. Knowing how portals work with the painting. And you notice
Wait a
that these
minute.
three look way worse for wear, and it looks like they haven't took a moment of rest.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to be.
Whoa.
Does it look like time has passed and also they've gotten their shit kicked? Because I assume without me present, they don't do well.
That's true.
That is a natural assumption on my
Probably,
part.
you're
You
not
just
wrong
notice
about
that there's-
90%. About 90% of the time. You're not wrong.
Like, you guys had to go talk to a big thing. I'm shocked that you're all upright.
True, so that's all you get from that.
Okay. I
For
don't,
the time
I
of
don't want
day,
to
time
meta
has definitely
that.
passed. The sun has definitely moved from the sky. It's not in the same position from the last time you were here. But in terms of like, yeah, you don't know. Something doesn't.
Things feel off. They're really beat up, but they don't seem surprised by it.
No.
Okay.
How long has it been?
Make a natural time. Wait, how long has it been?
Sending a note.
Okay, a few moments pass by, and you receive a message from
Why
Cloud.
would you be doing this? You didn't. You got a 1.
You guys are pointing it out, aren't you?
Sure, you got a 1.
Yeah, never mind.
You
Like-
you are in the conversation. This is this is
makes
pertinent
sense.
information.
You two are talking.
Right, no, I'm trying to get actors. Just sit down. I've got a hammer and a chisel somewhere around here. Just sit.
That's
Hold it. Why are you here?
We have doubles that can do this.
You
You wanted
it
me
was
to come
supposed to be
back.
24 hours before you could even come back here. It has only been like an hour.
Is that true?
It's been like
3.
make a survival check.
Let's
It's
pretend
been
that
longer
Egg has
than an
the
hour.
whole-
Okay.
Yeah,
It's been a couple hours.
it's been more than a couple of hours.
21.
Yeah, about 5.
After a few moments, as you're like looking around, it's like
It's
it's only
been
been like 5 hours, and then you're like, no, it's been more time than that. I mean, you guys got sidetracked a little bit, and there was a couple other things, and shit, it's been like 36 hours.
Oh shoot, we fell asleep.
Oh, we did.
How?
Right.
If
Remember
you
that.
fell asleep, you would look better than you do.
That is also correct.
Yeah, there's these assassin things.
Right. And this is why I want to actually rest. I fell asleep, but I didn't rest. It was a nightmare.
Take a point of exhaustion.
All of us?
Yeah?
I'm immune.
Not you.
Okay.
I'm immune to non-magical exhaustion.
That is true.
Warforged! Yeah.
Do I still have my from our
Not anymore. The
our
tea
preview?
has expired.
I'm the only one who's
No,
not
what-
really
what?
fatigued here.
What?
Our other game that we had, I had the elixir of health. Do I still
You've
have
already. You actually make
I've got
a
healing
perception
potions.
check.
that? Okay.
As you're looking around for the potion,
You healing
I
potion?
don't feel so well, and what the fuck did I put that thing? Fuck.
There's been a
It's
time
11.
dilation between
You can't find it.
and me
Shit.
because I've experienced
Damn it.
24 hours,
yeah.
and you guys are saying you've experienced less and yet more.
Well, that's just a general. It's like it's been more than
It
24 hours.
seems to be longer than what we remember.
Wait, let me
Right,
ask.
but I've experienced 24.
What's on that note now?
You tell me.
I'm stating it. That had a period, not a question mark. I am telling you.
Cool. Okay, excellent, excellent.
Keep in mind you're in pocket
Excellent, excellent,
So-
excellent.
I wasn't in a pocket dimension. I went through a portal to another position on this plane.
Gotcha. I'm gonna ask to Quill just to make 100% sure.
We have absolutely no guarantee that we are still on.
A few moments pass and you get a telepathic message that almost sounds like tapping, mobile tapping. As she
Candygram for manga.
essentially, as she used one of the items,
Morse code.
yes, which is translated into your head. It's been about 4.5 days
4.5 days
since you left on Dragon's Back.
since we left on Dragon's Back. It was 3 days here, right?
You did 4 full days of flying to get here, and you landed on the after 4 days, so you started on the 5th day. So the time doesn't seem that off.
Okay, so it's only like a little bit faster on the back of the turtle.
Yeah,
Only a little bit.
Okay, so either.
time seems to match up as far as you're aware.
Okay. No.
Okay, so you guys just lost hours.
Maybe.
We were abducted.
What was the wobbly timey-wimey? I don't know.
We were abducted.
Where are we going? We need to get inside his head.
So I have
That
options.
is a dangerous dark void.
You're good
I
at this,
have
right?
options.
You're good at mind things. Do you know how to do that?
Well, I have this, and I set down a music box that, if you're willing, could grant multiple people access into your brain.
Are you ready to explore the great vast planes of existence within my
I'm
mind?
not sure it's gonna be a
While I
plane.
am sensitive to echoes, I'm pretty sure we'll be fine.
But I put the ek in echoes.
I hate this.
I'm certain
Whoa.
that's true.
Not here.
It is the mind of the
You know the
special.
Lego movie? It's like
It's the mind of the special.
Darkness.
no, I was thinking more like when they enter the mind of the construction worker.
Oh.
So, wow, it's rather
Getting a whole lot of
in here.
There's just nothing in here.
Like, we land and it echoes around so loud.
Echoes.
Yes, exactly.
Echoes. It's like cereal.
But it doesn't echo, it says echo.
No, echoes.
I want
God.
bread. I want
That's
bread
so much
breakfast cereal called echoes.
All right.
It's Cheerios. It's like chocolate flavored.
Yes.
Chocolate apple flavored.
This tastes that's excrement. That's right. I also put the ek in excrement.
That, yep, sure do.
Wow. It's your turn.
So, music box into your brain.
Who's going in?
I've already had this happen to me,
Mm-hmm.
and it wasn't fun. I was apparently some of the time I was dreaming. Were you dreaming? Did you all have? You can't even dream.
Yeah. How do you think that I felt? I don't sleep.
So I have some other things that I can do at the same time. Like, I can likely guide this process through the power of suggestion and direct towards your...
So that way it won't be so scary.
Sure. Or so that way we get there quickly. But
That's probably better.
All right.
We're kind of on a time schedule.
Well, I do need a rest.
I do need to clarify, this would be experimental.
With all due respect, what about you is not experimental? That is the whole point of learning, isn't it?
Yes, but you are all
Could I-
frequently uncomfortable with that fact.
Could I rest completely before you do that?
Well,
Do we have
Or,
time?
or wait,
for
or at least
your
wait till
plane's sake, I would assume you wouldn't want to, but I'm fine with it.
Do we know? And time seems to be passing the right. I'm really. I don't feel well. I'm hurt badly. I really have some.
Hang on, I think I have something for you.
You?
You can use that and it might help.
What do you? Are you?
We got it from the Kobold Cave. It's a really big, ornately wrapped ball of red.
Hey! Ah!
Oh, God.
Oh, why did you do
Well,
that?
those are yours now.
You don't actually do that. Just dump it.
Okay,
Double
let's
down.
try that again. I didn't expect those to fly out of the jar. I'm choking.
Still make me work my day off. I swear to God.
Oh,
All right, here we go. This is going to do a dent, unfortunately. This is going to do a dent in how much I am.
Make me feel better.
All right, so we need to.
And I'll probably remove that
We need to
exhaustion
put Eck out and help him explore his
Will it
inner.
remove my exhaustion point? I don't think so.
no. It'll just heal you.
It's Supreme Healing. Does Supreme Healing do that?
Ooh, I've got some good rolls here.
Of course.
Yeah,
I don't think Supreme Healing does that.
12, 15, 19, sorry, 20, 24, 25, 26 points plus
20.
plus 20, 46 points. So, that was impressive.
decent.
And that was fucking expensive.
That was like, what, $5,000?
I'll take
Oh,
that.
easy.
Need
Yeah,
the cork?
where's, I need the cork.
It's 5,000 gold piece.
Nicholas,
Tanya?
can you get us the cork there?
Thank you.
46.
Oh,
All right.
Jesus, it's wet.
So, it is not.
It is.
All right, fine. I will own it.
You're doing something right.
You can see that about half my scars go away,
All right, that's pretty
but I
good.
still
So-
have
Let's
a lot left.
hang on. So let's put him let's use the thing.
Let's unconscious him.
We'll not unalive him, but
Let
we'll
us
make him unconscious.
conscious him.
We will remove the consciousness from the body.
So he's
Wait.
willing, no one else is. So I should be able to just whoop de and,
Yep.
Okay.
How would you like to activate this?
Quickly and
Look at it
efficiently.
until it does. How does it start? I
Oh.
say to the magic man with an understanding of items.
Ritual or Arcana?
Huh?
Ritual or Arcana?
We're gonna do Arcana.
Okay.
$21?
21. By your definition, it's Critzy Fey magic that allows someone to go into someone else's skull upon activation of a certain DC Wisdom saving throw. You're not sure how high. From the person that is rotating it constantly, while both parties, willing or unconscious, go into a meditatory state. If the person is unconscious, you can dive in without the willing aspect.
All right.
So I
Let me
have to make
explain.
wisdom
No,
saves?
he's got the music box. Let me explain.
This
You're
is too
going to
complex.
sit.
Just
No,
so
it's all sum up. Sit. Clear your mind. Sit. Okay. So hang on. And draw put up the gold bubble. Take a couple of minutes. Put up the gold bubble. Okay. Now you're in the gold bubble. Nicholas, in bubble with him.
I walk into the bubble.
Get in the bubble.
I'm in the bubble.
You're in the. Okay. So sit in the center of the bubble. Clear your mind.
Head in the bubble.
All right.
What am I doing again?
Perfect. Nicholas, you're going to have to sit behind him. Sit behind him and stare at the back of his head.
Smells come out there.
Just, you want this to work or not?
Fine.
Sit behind him.
And
And stare at the back of his head. And stare intently at the back of his head. Now, with one hand, hold the box. With the other hand, you're going to turn the crank on the box.
Crankety crank.
And with your foot, you're going to put it in the small of his back.
Do I need to get rid of my packs? Would that be helpful?
Insight?
Make it inside, make a persuasion.
Do I need to
deception
take off my packs?
Well, I'm just gonna take that one.
Oh.
He's dead serious. I mean, he knows magic a lot more than you because he's been around a lot more.
I do want to say that that's still a 7, but
That's not enough to really know if he's gonna be.
I want to
I
say
mean,
my
it depends
persuasion
on-
was an 8.
it's not worth the sorcery point. It's not worth the sorcery
It's totally
point.
not.
He's saying this, saying that, you know, you can tell whether he's lying or not and being full of shit. He looks pretty on par right now.
Hold on, those you gotta show off those socks again. Those socks are fucking amazing.
I know you got a socks thing, okay?
Quick.
Anyway, so as you begin playing, as the somewhat creepy music begins to go and start to ring out.
Feels like home.
Feels like home. As you begin to play and play, your vision begins to waver as the colors of the world begin to unravel. As you feel something begin to enter the presence of your mind, do you wish to shut it out?
No.
As you feel it, this cold, unwavering presence, like an ice knife, goes into your mind. And then we're going to transition. May I have a new player join us?
Welcome to the table.
Here, you only have so many hands.
He needs more hands.
Yes, but I can balance one on. Never mind.
Put one on the head, preferably the PC or the drink.
No, put the drink on the laptop.
Brian has personally witnessed me drinking 5 drinks at once, so carrying 4 things across the room should be no problem.
Is that how it works?
How is alcoholism indicative of your ability to carry things?
Well, I'm sober now.
So that means only 3 things. When you're not sober, that's
Yeah.
5 things. Anyway.
Sorry.
Again, just move these around. It's on the table.
Alright.
Well,
So, Green Garden Quinn how do you say your last name?
Lassiter.
Lassiter. I was way off. You found yourself currently lost, stranded on this strange landmass that seems to hold countless biomes, which many fantastical creatures that dwell within it. Not all of them nor beast types that you have grown accustomed to at your homeland. You've seen prehistoric beasts, monstrosities, and even elementals alike. That would normally be fiercely territorial, but here seemingly calmed and tamed by the overwhelming tranquility of this place. With your latest findings of what looks to be a displacer beast and a strange colored doe playing with each other, frolicking. You found yourself here for at least a month now, after you found yourself being weirdly collectively summoned on a distant ritual that brought upon a short adventure involving curses, goblins, and dragons that, for all purposes, you would just claim for being nothing but a hallucination or some sort of dream, thanks to your elven blood. You okay?
sorry,
Something's falling in the distance.
my bad. I dropped the die.
But that shortly was tossed into the bin as you found the arrows that was gifted to you in your possession, which you have 5 each. I forgot to let you know about that.
Okay.
You remember little after the dragon fight, let alone on how you got here as at least a month has transpired, with it increasingly becoming difficult to keep proper count of the days that have transpired, seeming that the time here slips out of your grasp faster and faster, along with creeping suspicion of perpetual disorientation, as even with your extensive training of wilderness navigation, it feels as if the land or biomes themselves shift around you. No, that's not what's important right now. What's important is that you finish dry roasting a particular type of red bean. and you're currently sitting down after grinding them and putting them through hot water, as you're sitting down after a solid month and a half of a fresh thing of coffee.
Oh.
You stumbled across wild coffee beans and took the time to brew.
That is absolutely something I would do.
You force feed them into the monkey. It's a cat.
It's a cat, which I captured 3 biomes ago, just in case.
You're currently sitting in a more comfortable setting that you're accustomed to while preparing yourself for this, of a woodland type setting that it looks to be in a fall, later fall weather type, as even the weathers here do not match for what it is around you. And you have currently a roaring campfire going next to a couple of trees that give you overhang for any random showers that pass by. And you're ready to dine in. And as soon as the percolator hits and you're getting it ready, you hear a nasty crash in the distance, followed by people screaming, crying, and followed by shortly after, arguments and more screaming.
Quinn is like holding the pot, which I'm now adding to my character sheet that I have. Holding the tanker, and hears this in the distance. It's just like his eyes come up and goes, I got a minute. As he's filling his cup. Like whatever it is, it's far enough away.
It's far enough away.
I can have this one brief moment of sanity. They said that they just let it melt my eyebrows.
It is bliss in a mug.
Oh.
Literally from farm to cup.
From bush to cup.
And for anyone that says how long it takes to make the coffee beans, I know.
It's D&D.
You've been here a while.
Yeah. Like, I've set up a semi-permanent camp around these plants.
You're gonna be stuck here.
I've been waiting for this
The only
for
thing that
2 weeks.
the only thing that doesn't suck in this place is the mornings.
Well, now that the coffee is essentially dried in the sun and now been roasted, yes. So I'm
Oh
imbibing
God,
this.
just imagine the first time that there was a little drizzle that you hadn't prepared for while they were laid out to dry, and you just whacked.
We don't talk about the dark. You want to see a grown half-elf cry?
Would you like to describe your character while you're taking in the sense of the homebrewed coffee?
Quinn Lassiter is a half-elf of about 5.5 feet tall. Unruly blonde hair. He's got what looks like a twisted metal circlet that at one point might have been very nice, but just kind of like tarnished and tangled into his hair. That he's been in the wilds a bit too long. His garb is very rustic but incredibly well made, as if someone spent the extra coin to make something that was supposed to be usable look a little bit nicer. He's got bracers that have a wind motif in silver filigree on them, and high knee-high boots, like a woodsman would wear. A very
Bless you.
elegantly carved elven longbow sits against the tree as he's sitting on this limb that he's by now carved into a perfect, just reclining shape. With his feet up, just relaxing, and it just. Oh, there are gods left in the heavens. And he sets the cup down on the where a limb used to be that he cut
You
off.
pre-made a couple.
Yeah.
He sets it down.
If he's had time to dry roast coffee, he had time to do this.
I have gently coaxed this tree to just a slightly deeper bow in this one particular limb by hanging rocks in select areas.
I think you've been there long enough. You've probably invented the AeroPress.
The half-elven press. But having this commotion intrude on my brief moment of serenity, I just Whatever that is better be important, or I'm going to kill it! And it just drops down from the tree. And as he drops, the 8 feet to the ground, just in his process of falling, slings his quiver around his shoulder, pulls his bow down from the limb that it's strung over, and lands without even disturbing the soil around him. And then turns and looks off in the distance and says, alright. Spins a pair of arrows up to hold into his fingers and starts that direction.
And it's not that far off. It's quite literally on your front porch. Maybe about 100, 150 feet off. You see a familiar golden kobold.
Laughing his ass off.
A familiar... What colors are you actually right now?
Fall. So brown hair, red streaks.
So the same colors I saw.
So the same ones you saw. A familiar...
the creatures were my hallucination.
From your hallucination that apparently...
So poking smart. Look, she did it, and she's gonna be stuck there for hours. Look.
It's up in the air.
With the natural one perception, and you are unconscious right now. You are literally 2 steps behind them when you walk up to...
He doesn't... There's a bubble.
Oh yes, there's a bubble. So you see...
So you see his ass hanging out of the golden bubble.
My head inside the golden bubble. I'm just literally just...
But you hear familiar cat.
I hear the familiar. I'm like, and I'm, in my head, I'm like, it was a hallucination. No.
Basically a massive metal.
And I turn and I look back at the bushes. I'm like, I know that's coffee. So I'm actually more awake now. And I always just, as a matter of course, have 2 arrows in the hand that's holding my bow. That's just...
Actually, since this is the first time you've seen Sparks, describe yourself.
So, think...
Different person.
Oh,
Totally different character. Sorry, for those playing the at-home game, we had an off-record game where we introduced Kevin to make and that's the hallucination he's talking about.
Yes.
We wanted to
Make
make
sure
sure
that
that
I'm
Kevin
not a
was chill.
sociopath or...
And
but
we-
apparently, I passed my deception.
We don't have a very high
But Nathan
bar.
was playing someone else, playing a different character at the time.
Okay.
I want to try something different, so anyways. You see what looks like a massively oversized metal man in a full suit of armor, massive shield on his back, probably looks like he weighs 500 pounds, of solid metallic-y black
Looking at my
armor that
piercing
is
arrows.
Born an architect
Born an
that has
architecture.
Mr. Incredible proportions. We're talking about oversized
6 foot
attack.
shoulder,
Yeah.
broad shoulders, 7 foot
As
tall.
wide as he is tall.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Just
not
really
knowing
big.
everything about
But you're
your
seeing his
world,
back.
particularly my
can
realm
hear
of
your
it,
cat.
is the Warforged something I would have a concept of?
Yes.
Okay.
Though they are very recent, very new, and extremely rare.
And I do not look like anyone that anyone has ever seen before, because I'm very different
it's
from
probably...
But the War of the 3 Kingdoms, or
Okay.
3 major powers, have reached...
Which my little
Yeah.
kingdom off in the corner.
Yeah, the
here
kingdom that
not
was like,
part
we're
of.
not part of this.
Fight amongst yourselves!
Yeah.
I'd say,
Feel free to bring you gold here, though. We're gonna.
I'd say we're Switzerland, but we weren't neutral. We were arms dealing.
Pretty much, yeah. The Kodak Dynasty was very partaking in your makings of whatever your kingdom is. We'll get to that in a moment.
I do
So-
have one quick question. Just so you did the whole you jumped down 8 feet, slung your stuff on as you went, right?
Yeah.
Is that I'm so badass that that's just a thing that happens, or is that I'm so dramatic I do it even when no one's watching?
I do it even when no one's
That's a very important distinction.
No. My character is always on stage.
Right. Okay.
It's true.
That and
Damn it.
his little grove thing,
Mhm.
if he comes back from a scouting party, because the military minded him, he still has to do regular patrols.
Right.
He'll be he's named all of the woodland creatures, and it's clean up. He's telling the mice to clean up the shells from the nuts that they've stolen out of one of his packs, because he knows in this one little area where everything should be.
And there's Eck slowly drifting off into a dream state going,
So I see a
half elves
golden
never have a second cup at home.
So I'm striding down towards this bubble as stealthily as possible.
Make a stealth check.
You needn't have tried.
Yeah, with the 2 natural ones.
The natural.
The first roll of this campaign! Natural 20.
Natural 20.
I need you. So you get the
Fucking
+5
ghost.
table rule, and then what do you add to that for your stealth?
So plus
12.
So that would be a 37.
Don't you get a bonus because you're in woodland?
Oh, you do.
You're in the
I
woods.
double my proficiency modifiers.
I already did that already.
It's 12.
No. I
No, it's
didn't.
more.
Oh.
I did not double.
Oh, God, no! Oh, my God.
So it's 4 more. Whatever. Wait, what's proficiency?
2 more.
this level?
So 3 more.
Wait.
Needless to
What's your
say,
proficiency? Well, your
It's
proficiency
40 or
bonus is right there.
41.
That's
That's what he
It's
rolled.
initiative.
No, that's initiative, I'm sorry.
Your proficiency is 4.
I just like to
Four
imagine.
more.
Yeah,
41.
41.
So I'd like to imagine, as you see this in the distance, as the wind blows a little bit of the leaves past, as a couple of leaves go in front of the camera lens, you're gone.
What is 41?
He's trained
First
squirrels.
roll of the campaign is 41?
He's trained squirrels to run over and shake leaves in other directions so that people don't notice them. Like,
No. I've got a pair of squirrels on either side of me, shaking leaves so that the sound waves cancel each other out.
they don't normally do a good job, but occasionally they nail it.
Followed by with the mighty perceptions of 2 natural ones. What would you like to do? You can get as close as you can as these bumbling idiots are laughing at each other, arguing.
No, they're laughing at me. That's just laughing at me.
He's laughing at me specifically. This is happening.
And then,
Sitting on a rock, smoking his pipe, and just dying
You
to
gotta admit, you don't ever get Nicholas. You don't ever play with Nicholas like that. Yet you did it. You made it happen.
let's try to get back into the.
So, having seen this and recognized that, I actually took a moment to go back and get my coffee.
Oh,
Because I'm gonna need my coffee for this. So striding through the woods, occasionally taking a sip, and coming down to this.
I'll pop my head back out.
How much can I see out of this bubble?
You can't see it.
you
It's
cannot-
translucent.
It's translucent, so
It's translucent on the inside. It is. You
Okay,
cannot see
so-
any.
Is it solid on the outside?
Okay.
It's solid
You
on
made it
the
okay.
outside. Yeah.
Oh.
Like you said, your standard was.
You can-
Standard is shiny. Standard is a gold shiny bubble.
gold chain
Yeah.
bubble. So I walk up.
It's
Imagine a
really
Dragon Ball without
golden,
the star.
prickly
Yeah,
sphere
and- yeah.
rock. Yeah.
So I'm striding up to this thing, and
I'm out of the bubble.
it's
Except
Well,
for
your
head,
butt
right?
is.
No, I'm like out of the bubble.
Right now,
You said you
the
took your head.
okay. So
I just spoke.
I know this.
Oh.
It's
Okay.
low level, so I don't have it, but I know what that spells. I see what it is. I recognize that laughter. I think at this point that I've lost it. So I step through the bubble with my bow slung up on my shoulder, my coffee in my hand, just swirling it and go, I was so certain that you were a bad case of indigestion.
But you
As I appear.
can't go inside the bubble because you didn't know you were there.
Yeah,
so.
you actually can't get inside.
Oh, I
So, how I was vigilant is that you're
can't
still
get
outside
close,
of a bubble.
Yeah, I'm outside the bubble.
Yeah,
Like,
and Sparks is
oh.
outside.
so it's
of the
only
bubble.
these two are in the bubble.
Oh, okay, so I do see you.
Yeah.
I walk up and literally, like, lift you, turn you around, and set you back down. I was sure you were just a bad case of indigestion.
Hunter!
Shink. As a giant blade just come out of Sparks' arm, longsword style.
Put it away.
Put it away. Just Hunter! Has it been? Wait. Has it been a month?
At least.
I wasn't wrong! He whips open the gigantic book, and green flames go backwards and form themselves into a page. He and starts putting it back in the book. I wasn't wrong. I am so confused. Sparks! Meet my friend Quinn Lassiter.
It's intelligent.
It's very intelligent.
Wow.
Don't tell him I said that.
Well.
Thank you.
It's very intelligent.
I will make you into a set of boots.
You think there's enough here for a set of
I will make you into a glove.
That could be an awesome belt.
You have to keep the headpiece mid-open.
You gotta keep the headpiece with the pipe. Like they make the belt.
Into a boot, it would always be squelchy by the toes.
That's fair.
this is we had an incident. Timey-wimey is strange on this island. We've sort of figured that out.
Yes.
I was so certain it was a hallucination.
Who are you?
Who's to say?
Quinn Lassie, Green World Natural Service.
Sparks. Pleasure.
Nick was an echo in the bubble.
Oh, great.
He knows them too.
There was another one that shot pistols.
Who?
oh, by the way, check this out. And he like dung, like knocks on it and it translucens itself. I'm gonna special effect that shit. Like, look, she's gonna be stuck like that. She's gonna be stuck like that.
With the additional semi drooling egg phase, followed by an occasional hey.
There's something wrong with your turtle.
There's always something wrong with him.
I'm not going to argue with that.
There's always something wrong with him, but that's even some character. That's why he's fun.
Great. Now that everyone's here.
Exceptional. Knock it off.
Now that everyone's here.
You're unconscious.
Oh, I thought you'd never ask.
No, I have more. This is mine.
You have coffee.
I do.
He's never had coffee.
I smell it.
What does one of those do when it gets coffee?
Take my faceplate off.
What?
And
I'm not. Oh, fuck, I'm not there to see it.
taking off the normally always armored individual of this forge entity known as Sparks, taking off the faceplate or the whole helmet.
Just the faceplate's all I need.
Okay. You see almost like an artistic representation of a robotic face with middle outline cheekbones, upper nose, and eyes that sink in a little farther that seem to go exaggerated at an angle.
Why do I picture like whatever the face that comes off is like Michelangelo level beautifully carved? Like I just
Very much so. And you've seen it a few times.
Precision.
You've seen it a few times, and you notice that his face is actually a little different. Normally, when you first started speaking, it had this jagged line of where your jaw split
where the
forcibly,
mouth moves.
but now it's more smooth and refined, and almost makes almost like a stone chiseled lips of two meeting.
Now that's just unsettling.
Well, I have not looked at myself in a while. I've been going through quite a bit of change.
I think I prefer.
Do you have a mirror?
I can minor illusion.
Are you not just rubbing your scales?
Okay, that's it.
And
She's absolutely right. Hang on, I've got a big one right there. It is dead.
I picked you up.
the minor change of a few seconds of slight, almost overlapping cogs glowing across your finer features.
Oh, that is weird.
You're telling me.
I'm telling you because it's weird to me.
Wonderful. Anyways, coffee up at camp up here.
And then golden cobalt goes traipsing through the bushes. The cackling fades into the difference in the wrong direction.
I'm.
Leaving the two.
I'm sorry, he's directionally challenged.
Leaving the two behind.
Can I have crafted
You're in that
myself
bubble.
some more-
Easily, yeah.
These blunted arrows serve many purposes. One of them is getting the attention of party members who have wandered off the wrong direction in the least polite way possible.
This little golden cobalt jumps out of a bush.
Up the hill.
Of course, up the hill. I was just keeping you honest.
Grab the cobalt on the shoulder.
And bring the arrow.
And literally 150 feet later, you're at his camp.
Oh, well, that was convenient. We got thrown by the world portal into his camp.
I don't think that was an accident, do you?
It's not like he doesn't know he's here.
So he's got the little dry. I imagine you've got leaves that the beans have been drying on. Just take one of those, pull out a little satchel.
Yeah. Like that, I've got a little decanter. Like the fire is actually inside of a burned out stump. So the thick bark of the stump, which doesn't really burn, kind of conceals and keeps the fire going. So and then the thing is just sitting on top of it and just.
Oh, God.
Cups. Not heathens.
I mean,
I was about to make him make a Constitution saving throw.
just go.
No. How long has been since I've had coffee? All right.
So yes, I have
Little coffee.
Never.
Fine.
I have never had coffee. Or some.
Well, this is happening.
It's like
Sorry.
We're about to see Eck go on a complete buzz rage. Excuse me, I'm
like a little
sorry,
hot
Sparks
fire.
go on
Yeah.
a buzz rage.
Nicholas,
Yep.
you dive in. Surprisingly, very little resistance.
Oh.
And quite willing, actually.
I'm sorry.
Oh, it's roomy in here. Yeah.
There's so much room for activities. It's like-
As you dive into the rather simple act. Not too simple, but not too exceptional. Always just the baseline bar.
Yes. So,
You see a
I said the
light.
Why, yes, he does count as sentient.
Yes, he counts as sentient.
I count
And he's actually surprisingly smarter than you think. But that does not say much of him anyway, as he's not exactly intelligent or wise. As you look across each expanse or in any direction, seeing a rolling bar of slightly uneven terrain, as if you're looking at a negative projection of lit up floor, of like a cave floor, followed by a few bricks, maybe a couple of rugs here and there.
and another good stand.
You have full reign of where you wish to go. How would you like to proceed, and what are you looking for?
Let me go back to the... Since I actually took notes about this. Why do I have a pickle and a trench coat in my notes?
a pickle and a trench
You
coat.
should answer that question yourself.
Why do I have a pickle and a trench coat?
Monster of the weekend.
Oh, never mind. Okay, yeah.
A pickle? What? I'm stunned that it's recognizable, though.
Why do I have a pickle and a trench
Because
coat?
I was running a Monster of the Week game, and one of the players thought it would be a great idea to introduce. So I was doing Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
You were not running it.
Was it you
I
running it?
was running it because you were off that
stop.
week.
This is this campaign, not
I
that
know.
campaign. You know, we'll talk about that campaign later.
Now everyone wants to hear about it.
Yeah.
You do not talk about the killer tomatoes.
Just like we don't talk about the goat.
Okay, so let's see.
Nicholas.
Soulfire Talisman, Ertlet something, Sail/Sail something, Vengeful Mother and Others, Moonshard, Elemental Stone. I don't know what any of that means. Rides on the Sliver of World Turtle, Moving Island Turtle has a shrine on it. Talisman controls salt and seas, but not real. Grants wrath for Mother Nature itself. Alright. So, first push, we're gonna go, I'm gonna look for his connection to the salt and sea.
Make a investigation check or straight up wisdom check. Your choice.
One is way better than the other.
Can I bring him with me and make him do
You have to search for him. Right now, you're kind of like,
Well, right now, you can't walk because one foot's on my back.
that's physical form, not
Going
mental
to
form.
read.
That's true. That's true. It's the mental form.
That's better, significantly. That's 18.
18?
Yep.
Well, no one. Alright. Nicholas, as you're picking up random panels, looking into what looks to be random fragments of memory, placing it down, going to the next one, placing it down, so on and so forth, and you can describe various images if you so desire.
So you open up a little
10-second interval.
You open up a little crate and you see nothing but like a dark cave, and that's all you see. And another one you see a little set of hatchlings of eggs, and another one you see.
It's the first. He opens it up and like you see him coming out of an egg, and you see only other eggs out in front of them.
And you see the terrifying distances at one point where a youngling crawling up to a cliff edge and just being petrified, sitting there. And then another one, you open up and you see
Last one.
a bunch of other portals all collectively gathering together as if in brotherhood.
And the final one you open up, you find looking at what looks to be almost like a swampy kind of area. Fresh water. Hearing almost like crickets and various frogs croaking in the distance. Followed by a slight movement of what looks to be a section of mud. As you see two small legs and what looks to be a pointed turtle snout. As its head rears up and looks at you, as you see a snapping turtle with a mound of dirt and slightly growing wildlife on top of its back. Oh, thank heaven someone's found me.
You are?
I'm the guardian of this idiot.
I'm very sorry.
His head just kind of bounces up and down. And who are you before I snap at you for being an intruder?
Oh, he's a snapping turtle.
I'm Nicholas Naquis. I am a member of his party, and my intention is to help him find and deliver the Soulfire Talisman as he seeks to protect his plane of existence.
I know exactly what he wants, but he doesn't speak to me ever. He has the ability, and you can tell that he get that. All he has to do is listen, but he's terribly thick-skulled and repressive memories. So compressive.
So, as one who specializes in painful memories and connecting with them, it's the standard behavior of those from the material plane to repress and disconnect. How would you expect him to reach out to you?
It is a job of a spirit warrior to listen to the fucking spirits that guide him. And yet he pushes me down deeper and deeper and deeper, not wanting to share anything, wanting to take everything, didn't even invite me for fishing or even trying to see the short tail. I mean, I got needs too.
Okay.
Wow. He's got some inner demons.
Who apparently need to go fishing.
His inner child needs a spanking.
That was 2 boxes.
I mean, all I did was give him a thick skull. Sorry, I gave him a thick shell. I gave him a mouth that can bite through steel. And I gave him natural claws too. I mean, come on. But no! He just represses me more because he's afraid to open up to others because he's been whipped for his entire life.
Oh.
Right. So
And he's not actually speaking. His mouth just opens up and you just feel this telepathic link going back and forth.
Okay. So diatribes aside, how would you want him to connect with you, since his natural inclination is to repress?
He's always had the ability. He just nearly needed to open up.
Define open up. You know he's a little slow.
Tell him to start listening to the voices in his head. Start opening up his mind to the natures itself. Tell him if he hears a cranky, old, raunchy, ethereal voice, to start listening.
Okay, that's better. I don't want him to listen to all the voices in his head. Cranky ethereal voice.
There's not that many.
Listen.
Don't.
No,
flatter
but
me.
some of them.
He has
Some of them.
He has powers I grant him that he never fucking uses.
Are you seriously? Okay, I just want to paint this picture in my head. You're talking to this snapping turtle, this moldy plant cover set, but you're doing it by having lifted a box and you're talking into the swamp through the box.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Totally normal circumstances.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So it's me sitting there doing this while I'm inside his brain doing this while it's there and its mouth is just open projecting sound
How
back.
big? How big is this snapping turtle?
Like 8 feet round.
Okay, so it's not like this jaw isn't flapping very quickly.
No,
it's her size.
No,
No,
it's
it's
jaw-
not moving. He said it's just open and
Yeah,
sound is out.
it's like a good 20 feet jump down before the floor.
And so I'm just getting like, meh, horned at me.
Welcome to my
Apparently, his spirit guide is his great aunt Edna.
Why did you do what I do? You never call. You never.
It really is.
Oh
Ours
shit! Yeah, this is
doesn't-
bad. This is like, oh no. You know what? Yeah, my ancestors are being displayed in front of you.
Well, put your loincloth back.
Alright, so
How did you know? You know what?
We're not
You never
using
called
that.
it
Back on
Edna
track.
before.
I will spray you with a spray bottle. Get back on track.
promise. So powers he doesn't use, is that something
Promises,
where, like, the
promises.
talisman he taps into? Is there a physical object? Is this just, like, one of those metaphysical talismans where I'm gonna have to convince him that the power is inside of him?
It's
A lot of it all.
As long as it's not the goddamn power of friendship,
Think of
I
it.
can't stand any of
No,
it.
it's Dumbo's feather. It's different.
I didn't hear him because you were doing it.
It's a lot of it all. Think of it this way. You have to understand to open up one's soul to listen to otherworldly beings that you can possibly pray to, or if you have some sort of communion with. I mean, you smell a little bit of that, so I hope you understand it.
Right, but mine's, like, intuitive, and he doesn't really have intuition.
Every
So,
connection is different.
okay, what I'm saying is, do I need to, like, walk out of here and go, look at the pretty shiny, I promise it connects you to your ancestor, or do you have one that he can actually use as a focus?
His shell.
His shell is his talisman.
His jaw. And his sturdiness. His body is the very thing that I give him.
Okay, cool. Did you just say his sturdiness? Like, you expect him to focus on an abstract concept in order to be able to connect with you? Have you met him?
I have, and that's why I'm down here!
Alright. Yep, sure. Sturdiness.
I thought my upbringing was tough.
I'm I'm messed up. I'm one messed up dude. I'm one messed up dude.
Yes, mother.
Do you have any other advice that you could maybe not shout at me?
I don't know, I'm a shouty person.
I'm working really
Yeah,
hard to
I
not
got-
stab you with a mental spike, so if you could just chill and answer the question.
It would work.
It would.
You just hear almost like a... As his jaw opens up a little wider as his neck goes back. I'd like to see it try.
And she's going to.
I knew there was a reason why I didn't want to send her doing this.
As duh.
Well, now I know which I call on when I go to rage.
1 second.
You're right, Edna.
And then,
Get out of my head!
his new,
We're gonna get him an Afghan, like a war Afghan.
he's gonna stab you with knitting needles.
Get off my lawn! Where's your lawn? This world is my lawn!
If you happen to get off my property!
All of a sudden, the furniture in his cavern is wrapped in plastic.
Settle down, children. Settle down.
Oh, you never knew how complex Eck was.
How in depth?
Did you cast something?
No.
No, trying to be a little despondent.
As you guys stare at each other down, looking at the face of this snapping turtle, that is,
Okay,
you
so
know, what a
there-
snapping
There's two
alligator
ways
snapping
that I
turtle.
can do the thing that I want to do. One of them is the actual, like, damaging psychic spell, which I don't want to do.
Okay.
And then if I can leverage either suggestion or detect thoughts or any of the ones that we've kind of like wiggled when I'm trying to do brain stuff, I basically want to do like the suggestion of phantasmal force without actually doing the psychic damage. I want to basically impress on him that his douchebaggery is likely going to cause an eternal disconnection from Ek that will leave him abandoned and trapped within this box for all eternity without an expression of his power. So maybe he should fucking chill.
Make a persuasion check.
Eye is broken.
That's without question.
Go ahead.
I got my
I love it! Yes!
Oh my god.
So there's so with verification that that's a natural 20,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
that's going to be a 30.
Oh my god.
There's
Wow.
a moment going by as you having this spell with the complex emotions that are going through you without finding the need to pummel this thing mentally into oblivion. As you,
Ek trusts me with his brain. Remember that matters to them. Ek trusted me with his brain.
yeah, there's a half second go by as the jaw lowers just a moment. Fine, you got a point. This is the first time the door's actually been open.
All right. So, with regard to helping him focus on his shell, his jaw, and his sturdiness, for what powers is he, like, he needs concrete
Look for
expression.
the other soul that dwells within him.
Okay.
Look for the body that becomes his.
I told you I was fucked
Other
up.
soul
Shut up.
dwells within. And you said it's the body that becomes
Damn that
him?
I'm not a ham.
The body that becomes him.
Okay.
In the break, I'm gonna get a spray bottle.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're bad over here. Sorry.
All right. Excellent. I guess.
Hey, your
I
net's starting to wear off. Like it's starting, like you're in his head. You're polluted by it just a little bit. Like
Because
you
you
need
went-
to check your hands. Are they still your hands?
You went excellent.
I need to
You actually said
mentally
excellent.
prep. I say excellent all the time, and you always go nice. So it's the 69 of the table.
This is an
Anyway.
exception.
Well, are we done here?
Is there any other guidance you can give me for helping with this expression, or do I just need to keep going poking through boxes looking for a body?
You found what you're looking for, because I listen what he listens to. So going for another soul, unless there's something that I need to deal with here, you found it.
Oh, wait, so you're the soul is what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay. So,
And I'm assuming the world total is about speaking to me to guide you through this forest, though I'm not very keen to do so because he never lets me out of the fucking box.
right, but we're trying to fix that, so again, calm your shit. Okay, so focus on the other soul. Other soul is Cranky Turtle. Got it.
I like to say disgruntled.
I just vanish. I'm just I can't take it anymore.
Wait, leave the door open! As you vanish.
Like, that's up to you if the door gets left open. Because, like, I'm holding it
I'm
here
gonna
and
say-
I just poof out.
Yeah, you poof out, you don't know.
Poof out, bitches.
Yeah.
Oh.
As your foot's still on the
Yeah.
on the backside of the turtle, him still drooling and twitching as both of you,
Close it.
you very elegantly, you kind of go, "Ah!"
Is there a draft?
I would like it be a push and he wakes up.
Very well. Slightly halfway out of the portal, now realizing that everyone that you had around you is gone.
Everyone was supposed to be protecting.
Where did you get the cream? Do I want to know where you got the cream?
You're past the perception after a few moments, you find where they are.
couch?
Alright, so
What did you see? What did you see?
your brain is very dull. Alright.
Very dull.
Sounds like you're surprised.
Dull. There is not a lot going on in there, babe. Anyway.
Did you just call him?
Yep.
I was just gonna.
Okay,
Is
so
there a draft in here?
I'm gonna let you.
Someone leave a door open?
So you are apparently a spirit warrior, which that in itself is upsetting. And you have a spirit within you that you apparently should have been listening to this whole time.
Oh, that asshole?
He is the crankiest little shit I have
That's why
encountered
I've had
in a
trouble.
long.
Yes, that's why I've just not.
Okay, well,
I- He's
You should
yes.
listen to him because that is the source of the soulfire powers that are supposed to guide you through this forest to find the shrine or something. And
What?
I don't. You should go talk to him, and I'm going to go away. And I walk out of bubble, and and no
you
one's
hear,
here.
You hear, that guy's an asshole.
Do you even know he existed until today?
That guy is you.
Embrace your inner asshole.
Oh, you gotta be real flexible for that.
I hate it.
All right, I'm going to. I know I've seen Niquis sit down and do her like meditation thing.
Alright, so while he's doing that in the bubble, I'm like, okay, they're gone. Look for trail so I can find.
It's pretty easy, especially when they're going back and forth, talking about coffee, creams, and you smell coffee too.
Cool. I'm Trump after. Like, I show up and I just, like. You've never seen me experience despair, but that's where I got to. Just gonna come and sit.
We have a bunch of caffeine addicts over here. And I'm over here going.
I'm like, it's bitter. Why is it? How do I make it not bitter?
You're the one who prestidigitates. Make it taste whatever you want to.
Quinn actually tosses you a small satchel of sugar.
Where did you get the sugar?
There's sugar cane growing in the net.
Wow.
You think I had all this time to roast beans? You think I didn't have time to count sugar?
I mean,
What do you think I do in my spare time? This is my focus.
I haven't even met you yet.
I know, that's the
to be fair, you know, it makes sense. There's
Hallucination.
all
Yeah.
sorts of different biomes here. I'm certain that these do not grow with the sugar cane. And
No, if you go down the hill and follow the stream uphill, it turns into a jungle for some reason, and there's sugar cane growing along the stream. If you go downstream, you walk out into a desert, and you can get spices. There's a pepper tree.
how did you get here? We
No,
arrived by dragonback.
I seem to have been summoned by some sort of ritual, and
Is there more coffee?
Yeah.
Like, take a second cup and I pass it to the barbed devil. Resume sipping.
Because I don't have any.
Oh yes. Now that you've taken a moment and two entities
Like,
have
I
also
showed up,
entered.
sat down, it was the focus, and then after a
Yeah,
moment,
and
these
after a
two
moment, you
crump
see
up.
a horrid monstrosity of devilish intent of an alien with wings, essentially, bone white, and currently slightly covered in what looks to be human skin across his left arm and torso. As he picks up the cup, looks towards you, and gives almost this impossible.
He's a companion!
Grin. As a bard devil sits next to him, kind of almost like, and the other hand kind of snaps it out of the way.
Right, they get the coffee. He's a companion.
I
They're
just-
under contract.
My armor starts jingling and chattering as I just start vibrating.
all the gears inside are spinning faster.
I roll a 3 con save.
The rattling speeds up until it just becomes a tone.
Somewhere deep in there, there's a hamster just trying to keep up with the wheel.
It's just stuck to the wheels.
Wheels go around without him. With him, he's just
That stops it is now on the
Hey.
wheel.
How are you communing?
This voice that I have avoided over the years is, I always thought it, I've always considered it the voice of my fears. And so I've always pushed it away. But this time I'm going to let myself, let my mind wander and not let myself shut it off and just, and focus on the strength and the, and focus on the things that I know. I'm gonna let things focus on what I don't know and just let it open.
make a wisdom saving throw. As you begin this process that you've always shied away from until recently.
Straight up 12.
All right. As you begin to rediscover some memories that you would rather not let out of the vault, it initially deters you, and it's very difficult. Causes your hands to shake, the adrenaline rush through your system, kicking the flight or flight instincts to kick in, and you want to run. You want to run, but you sit down.
That's what I know. That's what I know.
And you continue to go deeper past that. As you feel another entity, a small bead of very hot mud inside mentally of yourself, and you initially grab it as it pulls away from you initially, as you hold onto it and just bring it back and pop it as you cast commune, the thing you've never done before.
Yep.
And your eyes immediately open as it fills your body with heat. And you look around, feeling something happened, as it takes a few moments before you see a mound of dirt pop up from the ground, as if it's crawling out of the dirt itself. As this 8-foot size giant alligator snapping turtle opened his pointed jaw with a overly, like a solid 2-foot, 3-foot pack. Actually, it's probably even bigger than that because, you know, it's a big turtle. Let's just say it's like himself on top of himself of dirt, with weeds, plants, and other roots that were just grown into it as it gets on top of the soil. And you feel something enter your mind as it begins to speak to you. Finally.
Why do I imagine having the voice of Grand Negus Zek?
I walk up, and I'm about maybe half his size.
Probably.
I
He is 8 foot in diameter.
I attempt to give him a hug.
Back the fuck off! We're not there yet. As his jaw opens up.
There's my boy.
You left me in the box for how many years? And you think you just can let it open and give me a hug?
I'd go for a hug anyway.
Okay.
I said I'll give you a hug. If you don't
Natural
want to, make it
17
gravel
plus
shit.
6. So that's going to be a 25 to hit.
That would not hit me.
Does that hit?
Yes.
Okay.
Goodbye.
You take 24 points of piercing damage in your right leg as you go in for a hug anyway, and it's
I hope this is
just
virtual. I don't know.
as your leg seizes up with pain, knowing which leg is real and not, because he is you. And you go, no, you're not! As he chomps on your leg and you go prone on your back as he almost pulls you back into the dirt. I said, back the fuck up! We're not doing the Stockholm Syndrome!
You started this shit. This shit's
Oh,
happening.
no, you started this shit! You refused to listen to me on what I told you to do, and you were too fucking afraid! Chomping down a little harder on your leg.
Fine. You don't want me soft? I tried to be soft. You
I'm a snapping turtle! I thought you're not soft!
And I bite him.
Roll an attack!
Just 2 steps.
So, as you guys are
I
sitting
attempt to bite him.
It's the fattest orange you've ever seen.
in the distance, with a little bit of entertainment now, with drinking your coffee with a couple of devils, you see in the distance a giant snapping turtle followed by Ed having a snapping fight right now.
Really? There was a
No,
giant
he's got it.
snapping
He's
turtle
okay.
actually visual for that?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
He's okay. He'll be
I've
fine.
given up on the insanity of this
that
island
was
that I'm living in.
that was a 13,
I watched
by
a
the way.
displacer beast and a deer play. I taught a hellhound how to fetch. I've been milking a goat. I just don't care anymore. The world has gone crazy.
And not too long ago, when you thought you were on a landmass, you went to the ocean side and saw a massive flipper come out of the ocean.
Yeah.
So,
It was a 13, by the way.
13. It was not enough, but as you chomp down, it's surprisingly thick. Very thick. It's sturdy as you, actually, as you are able to get on top of his snout as you just instinctively, but it's enough to have him release as his mouth open as he hits his back.
I'm parading.
Yep.
Go.
Just back and forth.
Go. This is, you want Primus.
There we go.
Primus
I only took
coming
a
in.
fucking ancient dragon to sit on your ass before you woke up.
Yeah, you don't need that.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, you did. All right. Now that we're looking each other eye to eye, pardon me.
I'm the crotch.
I'm looking you in your crotch.
That'll when you bite him. Go for the tender bits.
Low, man. Low.
You got a fish?
No, you chomped.
Do I have a fish?
Yeah, fish, you heard me.
Well, shit. No, I don't have a fish.
Oh, fuck, this is a terrible day.
I get a fish.
What are you waiting for?
I'll feed you a fish. Oh God, this is gonna make some interesting conversations later. So now that we're here,
Yeah.
do I see them at all?
It takes you a few moments, but yeah, you do see them. They're all just sipping some sort of caffeinated
They're
drink in the
all
distance, including the barb.
Essentially, it's liquid popcorn. It's
Yep, it's liquid popcorn.
I'm assuming at this point that he is a manifestation of my mind, and that he's not physically here for the rest of them to see. So
Don't get shy now. As you look back towards this entity.
all right,
Yeah,
you know what you want from me, but you haven't told me what you want from me, other than to talk to you. But all you've done is just.
All I've done is give you a hardened shell, a big turtle weapon, and I gave you the might to do what you needed. You never did until now, and you've always pushed me away. All your baggage on my back, burying me deeper and deeper. I'm surprised you let me out.
You're absolutely right. Because the one thing that I've been afraid of is to admit who I am.
There we go. You want a fucking award or something?
No. I want to kick some ass.
His jaw opens a little bit more, hissing. Put up fire.
Yeah. I want to kick some ass. That's what I want to do. I've been trying. I've been a little too nice. Let's go kick some ass.
And maybe you'll listen to me a few times.
I promise I'll listen to you. You promise that you'll be there when I need you?
I've always been there.
When I need you.
What kind of fucking statement is that? What else do you fucking need? I gave you my body. All I ask in return is to get this fucking package. As he almost like moves his turtle around.
I jump in and attempt to bite him.
Okay. Roll with advantage.
Fuck. 20 to hit.
Hits. But only barely.
Yep, 20 to hit.
Roll your damage.
So I'm clamping on. So that's going to be 1d6. I am alone.
Oh, yes, you are.
So I'm getting a additional 1d6, right? No, 2d6.
Okay. Let's go.
$22 points of damage, and I'm clamping on.
You take 11 points of piercing damage. As you clamp down on the side of this guy's neck, he goes, ah! And pulls back instinctively, and you feel your neck pierce at the same time, though nothing is on it.
You forget, I'm you.
So technically, when he
Make a general
bit
charisma check.
himself,
Yeah, he did.
What's that?
like you literally have your own leg in your mouth.
My dog does that.
What's the what?
Roll a general charisma check.
Oh, this I suck at.
What?
4.
Yeah, it's like I mean, I have no.
Basically, you're starting to move, but mentally you're still nothing but a yup. As he takes his claw and almost tries to scrape you off, make a strength check.
Oh shoot, I'm not raging yet.
Memento mori.
Strength check.
Mm-hmm.
28.
28. You hold tight as the claws get to the side of your neck and tries to pull you off. He's going to try again, unless you want to do more damage.
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
I'm clamping down.
You automatically hit.
Mm-hmm.
Portal's gonna murder himself.
One can hope.
Yes, and it's grappled, but doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Is that suicide?
this will be another
If you murder
Think of it
yourself?
like Fight Club. You know, when at the last scene when he's
another 8 points of
himself.
damage.
And
Another
I didn't see
8 points. So I
Fight
take
As you
4.
We're gonna talk about
bite down hard, like, and you take another 4 points of psychic damage
Yep.
as you're attacking yourself. Are you trying to reject my boons?
He's trying to reject yourself.
No, I am not.
You're-
Well,
well,
shit,
you're-
I'm not gonna talk, right?
As you-
All right, take off. Boom, I let go.
Okay.
Boom.
I wish I was there.
I'm this crotchety because that's what you needed, and then you put me in a cage. Would you be this? Would you be just a cheery guy after that? Plus, I'm Chet. You already lived that.
One thing you forgot. I'm in control. You're here for me, not the reverse.
Of course I am. What kind of statement is that? You know why I chose you? Why I decided to guide you?
No.
Because I lived that life. And I always wanted to break the chains.
Lived my life?
Yes. Nothing more than a pet meant for display.
I'm not your pet.
I'm not saying you were. I'm saying I was. And then I was turned into stew. Because they got hungry.
I have a proposition. Let's make each other stronger. Let's not fight each other. Let's give each other what each of us needs. You need me to do what you want me to do. I need you to do what I want to do.
Make a persuasion check.
This is gonna hurt.
With advantage, because you
He
did.
doesn't need it.
Oh!
He got 20.
There's a
Rubbing off on you.
the blood's still rolling off your beak. Seeing the wound that has been gouged out onto the side of his neck, though nothing more than a little tickle for the size of this entity, but still on the neck, as it claws at its neck wound. I like that. With one condition.
I'm listening.
You let me out when there's a fresh pond. And if you see a short tail, you better call me.
Oh, I love to go swimming.
What, just because I'm dead, I don't have needs?
Sorry, Sorry, you didn't invite the bards.
I like to go swimming with what?
Bow-legged women swim between their legs.
You hear that in the distance?
You know, there's one thing that I can say. I like the way you think.
And that means we're made for each other.
Yes, so you can go. All right. If I let you go,
I'll always return. I don't have a physical body. I can't go far.
all right, fair enough. There's nothing like grunting the half shell.
I hate that. I can't tell you how much I hate that.
Grunting the half shell?
Every time you say that, a little bit more mud goes on my back. Stop it.
Fine. All right. So I've identified what you want. Now I need to know. I need to tell you what I want.
And what is it you want? Do you even know yourself?
Make me listen to you.
His head turns to the side as he's like, sure!
Which is opposite what I just said. I'm in control. If you're me, and I'm you, we need to stop fighting and we need to act as one.
Who is he? Yes, he is me, and I'm you.
That will only show in time. I'll continue speaking. It's up to you if you want to listen.
Yes, he is me. and
Fair
I'm
enough.
you.
I forgot how simple you are sometimes. I enjoy it,
I am me.
but no, yeah. Let's see what happens. Start working on your baggage. I don't like being this heavy.
I rather like it.
You fucking fool.
Are you done drinking? What the hell are you guys doing here?
Enjoying the show. Oh, heck, you made it.
Assuming that their arrival precludes my no longer frequenting my camp, I'm going around pulling the stores of dried meat out from, I'm like breaking down my camp.
Yep, and you had quite a camp going, especially since you've been here over a month. At least that's at the days you remember counting.
Yeah, I'm getting a hammock down.
And you're starting to get things down as a disgruntled alligator snapping turtle kind of just wanders off in the distance, snapping at anything that comes by. You hear him hissing.
Like actual snapping turtle?
Like we're talking about 8 foot long turtle. That is a snapping turtle.
Okay.
You know, it's a beatnik.
Yeah. They're called alligator snapping turtles.
Okay, that took me way too long to get.
Wait a moment.
Wow.
Wait a moment. You can see him?
Can we see him?
Yeah.
Well, of course we can see him. He's right there.
Who is that?
Excellent.
You made a friend?
Oh, I've I'm a rather complicated individual.
Oh my god.
No, he's not.
Oh, it talks.
This is my second time meeting you, and I can already tell that that you could let alone spell complicated, let alone qualify as a descriptor.
Second time meeting? I don't even know you.
Eck, Quinn, Eck, you met him once. It was very brief. Don't worry about it. Can we just move on?
There's also the matter of, do you know you have a pair of devils following you?
Yes, we do.
They're under contract.
Yes, it's a long and torrid story that has a very ugly end, apparently.
So we
So-
found
We just haven't been there yet.
So
We
you've
found
got...
this other pocket dimension that we opened up and turned on to get my city power, and we used those to create more forge.
So you've got a pair of devils under contract, you've got a giant snapping turtle. Suddenly my pet new app that makes the coffee less bitter is significantly less impressive.
Oh, I have a little pouch here. Would you like some sugar?
I have some.
Oh, well, it's a lot easier. Sugar.
Is he putting sugar in?
Yeah, he's just doing it nonchalant.
Then go walk over, hold the cup up above his head.
Yeah, kind of like that guy that's a little too old.
I'm like-
It's okay, it's okay.
I'm picturing that scene in Dances with Wolves where you start throwing fistfuls of sugar into the cup.
Wow, do you know how long it's been since I've seen that movie?
I saw it in high school.
Anyway, I gotta go. I
Thank you.
don't. It's not good to be out too
Don't
much.
get me started.
I'm Esley. Don't forget it.
Esley?
Esley.
It has a name.
Esley?
Have fun spelling it.
Edna.
As he kind of sinks back into the floor.
Edna.
It has a name.
It's Edna.
We're gonna call it Edna. I'm sorry.
Activate Edna mode.
Oh! Suck.
No case.
This is not Karen.
This is your fault. You did this.
I did, but it's also. Anyway.
You know the baby's power, so I just come out the basics.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
You did this.
Oh, yeah. Apparently, yeah, you guys didn't realize how complicated I am.
Again.
You have a spirit warrior you've been ignoring. It was mad. There's the complications. Moving on.
Who's a spirit warrior?
Apparently. That's what the turtle was.
I suspect it to be something like you've seen the Transformers movie where like the what is the one that's like Omicron or whatever like graphs over on top of them.
Oh, from Spider-Man?
No, Transformers.
Oh, from Turtles.
I'm much older than that. Alright, forget it, never mind.
Never mind.
For the sparks.
All right.
No.
The original
Well,
Transformers.
I'm sorry you had to see that.
Ah.
But, you know,
Wait, does that mean we've gotten what we came for?
I think so.
I don't.
Do you want to ask the bones?
You forgot to ask it where you needed to go.
Well, I was too busy arguing with Esley.
Biting it.
Esley, get your ass in here right now.
It's going to take another hour of communing.
All right.
Putting on another
And I said, speed it up.
You want the coffee. In the midst of you recasting the spell, essentially, as you guys are having another batch of coffee, you hear, with the passive perception of a certain someone being through the roof compared to everyone else, you hear the rustling of leaves, the movement of some sort of rocky material, followed by a crashing of a branch hitting the floor. As you see one, then two, then three metallic sheen-looking rocks that are in balls rolling towards you from various different directions.
With or without a K?
rocks with a K.
Rock, like a
Boulder.
K.
Boulder,
With
yeah.
a K.
Yeah.
Thank
okay,
you.
yeah.
Rocks with just ROC is.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Rocks. No, and at first they're only like 6.
Write that down! Write that down!
Hamster birds. Dennis is afraid of hamster birds.
Anyway, so these like 6-foot round boulders that are made from various other boulders that you start to see various pots, pans, and forks that start to move away from their positions and towards their direction as one of them. And you hear a clink, clink, clink. As soon as the metal opens up, they open up with a flash of energy, with almost like a wavering feel around them, with small electrical. As these rock elementals look around and seemingly like fractally, and begin moving towards you as metal starts flying towards them. We're going to take a small break before we go into initiative.
Please tell me these are a distant cousin and this is going to be a friendly reunion.
I would be lying if I did, and I feel a very strange attraction to them. Very similar to the sports. Oh, there you go. Giant metal man.
So I'm going to get the battle map out for next session, and we'll see you in a moment. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy, and keep on rolling, everyone. Bye-bye. That was one chaotic episode.
Oh my God.